Lords of Dogtown es una película que representa muy bien el espíritu del skating y toda la cultura que se construye alrededor de esta práctica. Pude hablar con uno de los tres protagonistas de esta película, con John Robinson, que me contó desde cómo fue que conformaron esa amistad que se transfiere muy bien a la pantalla, a cómo fue rodar esta película y qué significa para él ser parte de esta historia. Todo en este informe especial sobre Lords of Dogtown.
We now return to Mira Akien and Contré with our latest interview.
I mean, that experience was really special because we got to train for 3.5 months or something like this before the filming. So it was really a unique circumstance. I feel like that never happens anymore. But so I felt really prepared in the sense that we were like, I was 17, I'm now 35, so it was quite some time ago. And it was my first time living outside of where I grew up in Oregon. So I got an apartment in Venice Beach right next to where we were training every day. And it was really fun. We were with Tony Alva every single day, him training us. Really a lot of pressure put on us being able to skate like they did.
We surf and we skate every day.
I grew up skateboarding and surfing a lot, but not skateboarding like they did, or more longboarding and stuff like that. So I came more from a surfing background, but was a huge fan of the documentary. It was like Stacy, my oldest brother had Powell Peralta skateboards growing up, and so I knew all of these guys for sure before even seeing the project. So it was so much fun, man. I feel really so lucky that I was a part of this project, and to play Stacy Peralta was such a joy, and yeah, man, it was really fun. We had so much fun.
And our next contestant is Stacy Peralta, riding for GNS Warptail, one of the great names in skateboarding today.
He wrote the script, so I think it was really personal for him that he was telling the story, and but there was something like his seriousness was something that I was trying to. He was very like serious, and he was coming from a different, family background than the other guys. So there was something like grounded in his knowing himself and feeling like secured at such a young age, becoming a businessman and becoming a prolific not just skater but creator of skate world. You know what I mean? So I was really he really helped me like understand that there were the moves that he had done were really unique, and his style and stuff like that. So I feel like the pressure was so much, man, like meeting these guys and being like, I'm gonna portray you. It was so much. All of us were like terrified in a certain sense, but also thrilled. The skating world is so serious and tough, and we were kids, playing heroes. So there was a lot of pressure, but they were really cool, they were really supportive. Once we started filming, especially, they were really like, wow, you guys are doing great. And it really feels like that we were capturing an essence of what they had grown up doing, you know what I mean? So it was cool, man. I felt really lucky that those guys supported us the way they did.
You can really feel the vibe that you are friends in the movie.
Well, we lived together in a certain sense. We were all, Victor was in the same building as me, and Emil lived down the street. So we were like, since the day we met, we were all like glued together, watching movies all day. We're teenagers too, so we're like exploring, being in LA and meeting all kinds of people, and it was a special time, man. For sure, we were really close and super competitive. Like, I remember that so much, competing about everything, like the three of us, like ping pong and this and that, and then hey, did you do this? It was like that was the thing we really tied into. Was like, let's compete against each other, and it helped. I feel like it helped create that energy that they were really a part of.
Peralta, you finally got your shadow back, huh? What's up, Chrome Dome?
Crazy about this swimming pool was like they were building this swimming pool the entire time we were filming. And we shot, it was the end of the movie, and we shot the end of the movie last, which is kind of unique. Usually you shoot all out of order, and we shot most of the movie out of order, but the ending was really like, we had done on this whole journey together, and we were going to finish in this bowl, and it was like perfectly designed by all of these guys, and it was only going to be there for like 2 months. They destroyed the bowl the second that we left, you know? So it was like a moment in time. They created this pool, and before we started filming it, all of the Jay Adams flew over from Hawaii for the first time, and all of the guys were there together for the first time in 30 years, and they were skating this pool together, you know?
Yeah.
So there was something already like very charged about this pool. And then when we started rehearsing it, Heath Ledger had just stopped filming. He was like, we had just wrapped Heath Ledger. It was like devastating to lose him. Like he was like our brother, our hero. Like, what a beautiful man! This like really incredible man. And so he had just finished. We were going to start rehearsing in the pool, and in the rehearsals, the director Catherine fell head first by accident into the pool, into the deep end of the pool, hit her head right here, and was like knocked unconscious. Ambulance comes, takes her away. It's like, I thought she had blood coming out of her nose. It was like, it was insane. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen. I was standing in the pool and she fell in front of me, like, you know, our director, you know. So they stopped production for 2 weeks. She was in the hospital. She had huge concussions. She was like, she fractured her orbital bone. It was like insane. But this was like really, you know, we all felt guilty, I remember, because it was like, you know, we felt like we were responsible or something. We weren't doing things right or something. And she fell. And so it was really intense. So then we come back to work. We start filming the sequence. And we have to do all of these skate moves, you know? We have these skate doubles trying to practice doing these crazy tricks that we can't do. Like the Jay Adams going over the thing. There's no way, like, we were gonna do that. I was going over the lights, you know, so I could do some of my stunts in this sequence. But we started to practice this. Jay Adams' skate double is doing this trick, and he lands it, and he goes to stop himself, and his back foot slips off and shatters his leg in 9 places. Oh, like spaghetti leg. Like, so second ambulance comes. This guy's gone. We're like, man, this is crazy. Come back the next day. Tony Alva's double. We're doing the sequence with all 3 of us going at the same time. We're practicing. And Jay Adams' double, Tony Alva's double smashes into the other guy, snaps his collarbone the next day. So it was like three incidences of total, like, we were so lucky, really, that we didn't get more injured through the filming because there was so much shooting like this, you know? And, but so that's, yeah, so I will always remember this, like, filming being so tense because there was, like, all of this blood and, like, craziness and whatever energy coming from trying to finish the movie. And I think that's why the ending feels a certain weirdness because we were all kind of like, wow, what did we do? And, you know, there was a sadness of this experience ending, you know, as an actor, when you finish a film, it's like you become a family and that family disappears. So there was a lot of that on the end of this job. It was such a special job, you know.
We can't bail on Skip. We're Z-Boys. We're family.
I think what is it? Jonah Hill's movie that was a couple
mid-90s. Another one.
Mid-90s. That like, the thing was, is like, we didn't make an independent film. We made a studio film, you know? we were like on the Sony lot skating, like with the studio sign. You know, it was that element was involved. We had building huge production kind of situation. So for me personally, when I saw the movie, I was like, it's fun, but it didn't, like, the vibe of skateboarding doesn't fully, for me, like, of course I'm gonna be a little bit, you know, but like for me, I was a little disappointed because it's so much energy of like the skating world and stuff like that. At the same time, people and young kids really responded, and for sure, the movie didn't do super well when it came out, but like I will forever be Stacy Peralta.
Hey Tony, it looks like it's gonna be you or me, man.
No, it's not. It's me.
So the question is, why you think this skateboarding film? I think because it is that story, you know, like kids that grew up, you know, even my generation, we know Tony Hawk, and, you know, the great guys at street skating of the '80s. You know, I grew up in 1985, so I was little, and I saw, and my older brothers and stuff like that introduced me to that street world, but I didn't know the origins until I saw until I saw Dogtown and Z-Boys. I didn't really know their stories, you know.
Yeah.
So for our generation, so to transfer that from my generation to the younger kids who had no idea, and the '70s style, and you know, there's something about the '70s, that freedom, the expression of skateboarding coming at this time. The '70s in America were very scary times in a certain sense, you know, a lot of poverty. Venice Beach was like covered in homeless people like it is now. It's almost similar to what it is now in Venice, you know. Even when we filmed the movie, it's nothing like it is now. It's like almost become more of a dangerous place like it was back then. So I think there was something about that time, that era, you know, and these young kids, especially for kids, like to see kids reinventing something. It's like your nature as a kid. You're trying to like become great at something different and trying to innovate your own experience, you know, culturally into what you do. So I think, you know, it's like a coming of age story, but with skateboarding, that there's something unique about that, you know. And I think people, you know, when people run into me, I feel like they're like, that movie really, I watched it 15 times. You know, people love this movie. They watch it all the time. It's definitely, you're right. I didn't think it would turn out to be a cult movie in that sense, but you know, the music's fun, and the camera's moving, the story keeps going. It's not like doesn't have a lot of pauses. So I think you know, we're lucky that Catherine did such a great job, that it still resonates for young kids. You know, the cool thing for me was like to see that before that movie, you didn't see the small skateboards ever, and after that movie, there was a distinct like generation of young kids started buying small skateboards with smaller trucks and skating, not to do the big flips and the blah blah blah, but to like, you know, do the old school stuff. And that, to me, like, I don't know if we were fully responsible of that, but I feel like we helped like bring back a different, you know, understanding of the history of what skateboarding came from. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was crazy. It's crazy to be an actor and be able to be a part of something that touches culture like that. Young kids get moved and revert to changing, you know, their style and getting into stuff that are like not their generation. You know what I mean? That's pretty special, man, for sure.
We're gonna be on summer vacation for the next 20 years.